Am I the astronaut for not wanting my mother-in-law to come visit? So heads up, this is going to be long. I had a baby in December. I had to have an emergency C-section, but both the baby and I are doing great. My in-laws came for a visit 2 weeks after she was born to help with the cooking, cleaning, and with my oldest daughter since I had just had major surgery. They got a hotel at my husband's request, but they only went there to sleep. They all just hung out here in our tiny 650 square foot apartment from 7:30 or 8 a.m. to 9:30 or 10:30 p.m. So there were 5 adults, a teenager, 2 kids under 5, and a newborn baby. It was tight to say the very least. From the moment they got here, my mother-in-law grabbed my baby out of my arms, sat down on the couch, and would not move, except to tell me what to do or take the baby from me. Very helpful, mother-in-law, very helpful. Clean this, give her to me. The older baby needs a diaper change, she smells. Will you do the 5-year-old's hair? Get me a snack. You've been feeding her forever, etc. My husband did try to step in. He took his brothers and dad out of the house so it wasn't as crowded, and that helped a ton. He would also ask her to help, and she would just complain that she wasn't feeling well, so somebody else could do it. I was feeding the baby in the bedroom, and our dog had an accident on our carpet. So she came into my room, took the baby out of my arms, and said, I'll take her while you go clean up the mess. My hubby and the boys weren't home, so it was just me, her, my kids, and a 5-year-old girl. I did all the cooking and cleaning and took care of her kids so she could rest and spend time with the grandbaby while the men weren't there. She would tell her kids to raid my fridge and pantry without asking, and close to $350 of food was gone in 2 days. We're college students full time, and food is expensive, so that's a big deal to us. She was constantly complaining about how much the food I'd made for dinner/lunch/snack every meal upset her stomach, and she was always hungry. And her words, not mine, she was going to overflow the toilet. Did I mention she's a huge oversharer? Then to put the cherry on top, the last day they were here, they came in the morning, got all comfortable on my couch, and when my husband came out of the back room with the baby, said, just so you know, we found bed bugs in our hotel room and our luggage this morning. I saw red. I was so mad I couldn't say a word. I just took the baby into the bedroom and fed her until they left. Then I spent the rest of the day looking for bed bugs and cleaning everything top to bottom. Since then, sadly, she's been diagnosed with cancer, but she has been responding well to treatments and her prognosis is really good. Now they're wanting to come up and visit us again. And I feel like an asshole because I am dreading seeing her and repeating that whole experience. I don't want to be rude. I just don't want to spend that much time with her. Am I the asshole? The question is, am I the astronaut for not wanting my mother-in-law to come visit? She doesn't really come visit though, right? She comes over and does a hostile takeover. If it was visiting, that would be one thing, but that's not what's happening. She's coming over and not helping with the things that she's supposed to be helping with. She was supposed to be helping with everything not baby related, and instead done what we've seen so many mothers-in-law do in stories and just jumps in and steals the baby from you, which why the hell did you let that happen? And just proceeds to boss you around about everything else, which is the last thing that needed to happen. A boundary here to say, no, I've got her, I need your help with XYZ would have been good. Now, boundaries with a mother-in-law, I'm sure, are difficult to create, but you got to do it because, look, they want to come back. And her understanding of the situation right now is she's got no boundaries. I can railroad her. I can do whatever the hell I want. I can boss her around. I can just go hold the baby the whole time. You've got to create boundaries at some point here. You are not the asshole for not wanting your mother-in-law to come visit. And again, that's a feeling. Your feeling is not wanting that to happen. You can't be an asshole for feeling something. You can only potentially be an asshole for acting on that in a certain way. So in this case, you cannot want her to come and say no, or you can say yes, but only if XYZ, and get a mutual understanding of the boundaries before you agree to have them there, which may be the play here. Or say yes, and when they arrive, make sure you have your boundaries up and your shields up right then, because she's going to do everything she can to tear them down. You're not the asshole for feeling this. You have some options about what to do with it, though. And I really feel like the smart play would be like, sure, if you agree to do this, or you agree to not do these things, because they were not helpful at all. In fact, I was trying to recover from a serious surgery, and you made it harder for me. You actually did more harm than good. And you may have to explain that in order to convey the need for these boundaries, but you're going to have to create boundaries one way or another. There's no way to not do this. You got to do it. So, not the asshole, But got to get those boundaries in place. The husband needs to step up too and defend you as well. Agreed. And I mean, the one thing that he did here, we didn't talk about him at all. The one thing that he did was try to get the rest of the guys away to free up some space there, which was a little bit helpful. But when it's time to convey those boundaries to his mom, you are going to need his help.